Hey planner friends, it's Nia. This is Life with Nia. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back. If you are a member of my community, Happy New Year. Today is January 1st. I fell behind on my videos, so this one's going to be going up late today. But we're going to be talking all about debt, my least favorite topic. If you hear snoring in the background, that is Petite. He is laying in front of the heater, which I just turned down. I didn't turn it off, but I turned it down, and he gave me the stink eye, but he went right back to sleep. So he may not say hi today. So I am using several different tools I've shared in each video in this 2021 budget series, what I'm using. So I have the Budget by Paycheck workbook in the box set by the Budget Mom. I have an Erin Condren daily, or actually this is the monthly Petite planner. I always want to call it a daily, but this is the monthly planner. And then the place where I am really housing all of my things that will be my go-to place each month, particularly like when I'm doing my videos and when I'm tracking, is the Erin Condren monthly planner for 2021. And so in this series, we have covered some things already, like the annual budget and sinking funds, goals. And so today we are going to cover debt. And I have set up part of the debt information to just not make this video 4 hours long because there's a lot of debt to cover. But I'll show you in a minute. I've got like some of my trackers ready to go here in the back, and I worked out my whole lack of paper situation. Before I get into the debt, I do want to share the stickers that I'm using are available in my shop, Studio Bliss Co., in blue or in pink. So we have a debt tracker with functional washi and decorative washi. I'm going to be using the blue one. I also want to share that I have listed word of the year stickers. So you tell me your word of the year. You can do an assortment like this where there's 4 different stickers on the sheet. They're approximately 1.5 inches in diameter. And my word of the year is brave, but I'm also going to be using intentional, particularly in my budget planner, because I want to be intentional this year about my money. And so I've just did some mock-ups of some various words, but I will do whatever your word is if you're interested in that. And I also have them in approximately 3-inch diameter if you'd like a big word of the year sticker. And you can pick between this laurel wreath, the simple lines, or the floral wreath. All right, so those are all listed on Studio Bliss Co. So I'm going to lay this tracker down first so I can sort of get it out of the way. This is from debtfreecharts.com, and this one is called Detris. And I selected this one because my debt number is large, and it has 200 pieces. And so that made the individual piece number to fill in smaller. And so to me, being able to color in a piece is motivating to see that the number is going down. And so if I had selected one with only 100 pieces, then the number would be doubled and harder to obtain. And so that's, for lack of, I don't even know, is it a word to say demotivating? That's not motivating to me. You know, the harder it is to get there, the harder it's going to be to stick with it. So if I could have, you know, found one, and I may have been able to if I had really looked, but if I could have been able to find one with like even more pieces, I would have selected that because the smaller that individual number is, I don't know, it just does a mindset shift for me, but we'll talk about this more in a second. So on this side of the sheet, I am going to put in the header and label. I always turn this upside down to do it. It's just a little bit easier. And I don't know if y'all hear Petey, but he is making all these little snoring and grumbling sounds. Does anybody else have a dog that snores? It's odd to me. He didn't always snore either. All right, so we've got that on there, and we will add our debt tracker sticker up top. And of course, you know, I like to try to get them straight. And then we'll put in the total sticker at the bottom when we get there. So I'm going to be using, I've written some things down in pencil to help me along, but I'm going to be using these Erin Condren dual tip markers. So let's get into it. So, disclaimer, I kind of started out putting things in snowball order, and then I kind of went out of it because I have a few things that I'm not snowballing, and I don't know that I'm snowballing anyway. That's a whole separate conversation though. But I have a reason. I'm not going to get all into it. Also, we have like Klarna and Afterpay that are included in my total debt number, but I'm probably going to put them near the bottom. Hopefully they will be paid off this month or very close thereafter. And I'm just doing that because I don't want to look at them primarily, but I will be looking at them. So, and then I have some debt that is tax debt and student loan debt that is really astronomical. And so I'll just talk about it when I get to it. So we have here, let me see. I wrote these in pencil so that I know what to put. And I think I can write over it and then just go back and erase. So we have Overstock. And we have Barclay. And we have Walmart. We have what's left of my camera. So if you'll recall, I did a video on my camera for the most part. A big chunk of it I paid cash, but then I did finance part of it. So for Overstock, and I could go all the way across, so just work with me in my mind, which is all over the place. Overstock is $102.18. Barclay is $150. Walmart is $150.53. The camera is $294.80. Okay, so then we have Ulta, Discover, Platinum, and Quicksilver. And I guess 4 is what is the number in my mind to do at a time that works for me. So Ulta is $434.40. Discover is $483.40. Platinum is $489.06. Quicksilver is $491.51. Then we have PayPal. And PayPal is $1,047.75. We have Ashley Furniture. That is $1744.67. This, I've got it labeled as MacBook. It's not just my MacBook, but that's primarily what it is. That is $19.49.28. Kohl's is $24.34 $36.60. This is nationwide. That is a loan. That is $56.40 and 24 cents. And crazy thing is, when I was looking up the totals for everything, I actually had this on here twice, and I named it two different things, and I looked it up at two different times, so the number was different. So it happily reduced my debt by almost $6,000 because I listed it twice. Navy Federal Credit Union, $7,193. And then we have CarMax, which is $18,543 and 20 cents. Okay, so Afterpay and Klarna. So Afterpay is $682.85 and Klarna is $284.50, and those will probably be done at the end of January or the beginning of February. And then we have two loans that are pretty small, and one of them is $483.88 and the other is $147.44. Okay. I have Barclay listed again. I think that was just an error, which I like errors that are in my favor. Okay, so I'm just going to leave this space though. So we have FTB and the IRS. I don't have those dollar amounts. They're probably close to $10,000. So that's tax debt. And of course their websites are always down, so you can't look it up, but you can make a payment. You can't look up your information, but they'd be more than happy to take your money. Fed loan. This is my big number. So it's $215,999.46. And the reason I have it down here at the bottom by itself is because I am doing public service loan forgiveness, 1. 2, the number's so astronomical that we're in a new decade, so maybe we'll be done with it in this decade. Yeah, I will say I have 2 master's degrees, and I did 2 years out of 4 years in law school. So that's where that comes from. So when I go to add everything up, once I can get the tax debt information, I will put the total number down here with everything. But this is what I'm focusing on this year, these things here. And so the total for all of these is, it is $42,749.66. Okay. So, because every payment I make to these people is interest only, and it continues to go up because I'm paying less than the interest in that program. So that's neither here nor there. It would, if I made that part of the total, you'd see the number going up every month. Demotivating. Okay, so we're not even going to include it. So 42,749 is going to be the debt number that we're going to focus on this year. So I'm going to bring that over here and add it to this primary debt tracker. And so the number is 42,749 and 66 cents. And we're going to say January 1 is our start date. We're not going to put a finish date because it's going to take us a little while. So for the board, there are 200 pieces. And so this is again why I use this one, because most of these trackers have 100 pieces. So I am going to say that each square is worth $200. When you divide 200 by the 47,000, you get 213. I did a lot of rounding on my trackers for easier numbers. I know that I don't know, I may get a financial windfall, but I don't intend to pay off 42,000 this year, so I'm okay with it not being exact. So I went ahead and rounded it down to 200 per square. So each square is worth $200. And each level has 50 squares. So each level is going to be $10,000. And so if I did all 4 levels, that would be 40,000, and we'd almost be done because the total is 42,749 and 66 cents. Okay, so I'm going to keep track of what I'm paying off for all the debt this year here. Now, the one thing about this is it does not, I don't know, I may be overthinking it, but it does not take into consideration interest. So I could be paying $1,000, but maybe only 800 is going towards reducing the debt because of interest. So that's something to consider as well. But I want to look at, how much am I paying towards debt? So what I did with my trackers, and I'll give you a couple of examples, but I won't go through all of them. This one is for overstock. And so I wrote the name of the debt down here at the bottom. The total for overstock is $102.18. So each square is going to be worth $1. And again, I rounded because it's 102.18. So it's like $1 and like 1 cent or something ridiculous. So easier to just round. And so every time I pay towards this debt, for each dollar, I'm going to color in a square. Now, what I like about this with some of my smaller debts, and this is why I put them near the front, is when I see that I can reduce this and make progress with $1 or with $5, that's motivating for me. In my mind, that makes me think, oh, I have an extra $5. I can't really, that's not meaningful. I can't do anything with that. Yes, I can. I can put that $5 towards that debt and color in a square and get closer to paying it off and being done with it. And so that is what I'm going to do this year. I'm going to really be thoughtful and, like I said, intentional about these numbers and getting towards, reducing it. So I think this is probably the hardest video for me to do because it really forces me to look at it and be transparent and also accountable, because I'm sharing with all of you, and I'm going to continue to share. You'll probably notice in a lot of my budget videos, I don't go too much into debt. And quite frankly, I wasn't really interested in paying it off in the past. 2020 would have been a great year because if I'd known I was going to be stuck at home, not that I mind because I'm an introvert, but if I'd known I was going to be stuck at home, I probably would have put a little bit more effort towards it. But I am going to be intentional. And so I'm going to be using some of these stickers to decorate this to remind me to be intentional with the money. So I did the same thing for Walmart. Each square is going to be worth $1.50. We get into some of the $500 or so balance cards. And so these are going to be worth $5, which again, I rounded, so it's a little bit higher. We get into, like, let's say PayPal. Each square for PayPal is $10.50. And so it's going to take me a little bit more, but it's still a low enough number that I don't feel like it's so overwhelming that it's never going to be attainable. Ashley Furniture, $18. We get into like the MacBook, $20. The Kohl's card, $25. Navy Federal, $72. nationwide $56. And so again, this is just the amount I need to color in the square, but it still gets me closer to reducing the debt. And so I didn't do a tracker for absolutely every single thing, but a majority of them I did do it for. This one is for the car loan, and I haven't put it in here yet because I wanted to see if there was one with numbers already. And if not, then I need to figure out what the numbers are, and then I might mess it up. So I didn't want to put it down until I had it correct, so that I don't have to, so that I don't mess up a page, basically. And then I've got the tax debt here, and that is it for the debt trackers. And then I've got my room that I needed back here to do net worth. And I've got the extra paper that I wanted to have. I wanted to have a couple extra sheets just in case anything else comes up. So this is how I am tracking my debt in 2021. And it is sort of like my blueprint to my payoff plan. I feel really motivated. One, in having the visual, and two, in knowing that I can make progress. I don't think I have debt with anyone who does not accept extra payments, but I can make progress by putting an extra $5 or $10 or $20 towards this. And if I put 20, then I go color in 4 squares, and I've put a dent in the amount. The other thing is that the heater just kicked on, so if it's loud, that's why. For me, it's like, you'll see if you watch my December wrap-up video. For the month of December, I made $1,200 in payments to Afterpay. Now, I've talked in previous videos about Afterpay, and Afterpay is still the devil. But clearly I had an extra $1,200 a month. So I need to put it towards getting this paid down. Petite says hi. And getting out of this hole that I've put myself in, and no longer sort of burying my head in the sand. And so, you know, living my best life, whatever. So that's what I'm going to do in 2021. And I need to tell myself, and this is going to be a constant battle that I'm going to have to work on every day. You don't need that. You don't need to go buy that thing, because guess what? You got a lot of things that you already bought, and you need to still pay for them, and you need to go play with those things. So that's my TED Talk for today. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk on debt. I'm by no means a debt expert or a financial expert, but I will tell you, talking about it with you all makes me feel like this burden is lifted off of me, and having a plan for it also makes me feel like the burden is lifted. So now I'm just going to go get after it and make progress, and I can't wait to share that with you. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you are enjoying my content, please consider subscribing. I will see you for the next video in the series, which will probably be the business budget. And that one is just delayed because I did not create the sticker kit for it, and I need to do that. There's also been some requests for the petite size sticker kits. I'm going to be working on those this weekend, and hope to have them for you soon as well. If you have any questions, again, I'm not a financial expert. I'm just me doing me, but this is my plan that works for me. I know that there are many philosophies and ways to do things, but I've got to do it the way that works in my head and that I'm going to stick to. And so, you know, if you have any questions about what I'm doing, I'd be more than happy to answer those, with the caveat that I'm not a financial expert, and that is not my intention here. It's just to be transparent and share my info and what I'm doing to move forward. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.